AFTV, Lee, he's got a smile on his face. I don't know, man. I thought you might be fuming.
No, I am
you are
fuming.
fuming?
I am fuming,
I mean, have you seen back the...
I was right by it, like, you know, cheated out of a game of football. Simple as that, like.
You put it down to that?
Yeah, 100%. Like, he hasn't kicked the ball away, he's touched it, right? He's touched the ball, right? Now, if that's fair enough, you want to book him for that, right? Webb and all that ref TV bollocks, right? Get on there and tell me why Pedro doesn't get booked for kicking the ball 15 yards away, right? Yeah. You tell me that, right? And if you can come up with an explanation why that one's a booking and the other's not, right? I'll accept it.
It's one of those where you think to yourself, why? You didn't even have to do that.
No, because why? Why does he do it? Is he corrupt, or is it? That's what I'm going to ask. So why? And a normal referee and a sensible referee at that moment in time, I'll get on with it. There's nothing there. It was not. He made something there, like, you know.
I think what you just said, there's sensible, common sense. Was not applied at all.
And tell you what, I'll give you another thing, right? If he turns round and says it's the letter of the law, and any of them turn round, it's the letter of the law.
Well, that's what they're saying.
Right? Is it the letter of the law? Well, why ain't the player booked for Saka in the first minute when he gets pulled down? He gets pulled back, he's away, they pull him down. Where's the letter of the law then? Where is it? Weren't a letter of the law. You know what I mean? So it's common sense from the referee there, isn't it? Common sense. It's first minute, I don't want to do that, it's common sense. So don't get me onto all of that, like, you know. But in saying that, you know, we only got ourselves to blame. We had enough chances to win 2 games of football a day. End of.
Yeah, in the first half, we were a bit wasteful. There was a chance. The Odegaard chance. Even in the second half, I think they had a lot of the ball, but we had the best chances again. Yeah. You know, a bit unlucky. You know, their keeper made a great save from Havertz.
I don't think he hit it well enough. I think he's got, like, listen, he done it absolutely fantastic to get there, but once he got into the position, 8-9 yards out, you got to bury it. And, you know, he was fantastic today, Havertz, I've got to say that, but he has to bury that. That is what top goal scorers do. Like, I'm sorry, like, if Harry Kane was in that position, he scores that. You know, but in saying that, he was outstanding today.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, what's his name? I thought was brilliant today, Saka, but you know, he needed to be another inch taller, and he scores that goal. But we had chances, like, you know, what was annoying about today, from my point of view, it took them 5-10 minutes to organise themselves when they went down to 10 men.
It's a shock, isn't it? You know, sometimes when it happens in a game, it's the shock of it. It's like especially when you're cruising a game and that happens, and then you're up against a good side in Brighton. You're not up against mugs. You got to almost clear your heads. It did take them about 10 minutes to do that, didn't it?
About 10 minutes, you know, that's the difference.
And the goal they gave away was a bit, you know, soft.
Soft, you know what I mean? Like that was the annoying thing for me, like, you know what I mean? Like, trying to make what substitution to do and all that. Like, they should know, they should have that in their things, like, you know what I mean? As soon as you have some, you know, what happens if a player gets sent off? What this, that, like, took us 10 minutes to get organised. By that time they scored. Then we get organised, and when we defended really, really well. Calafiori come on, done very, very well.
Yeah.
And listen, you know, it wasn't one of those ones where you're sitting there thinking, oh, like, I want the whistle to go. When they said 6 minutes, I'm going, oh, come on, let's go for it. Let's go for it. It wasn't one of those where we're hanging on and saying, we'll take a point. We was still very, very much in that game. So it was, you know, I'm annoyed because I felt we had opportunities to win that game.
Yeah, it is frustrating. But do you look on it and say, because Julian was saying earlier that he wanted us to go for it a bit more, but do you look on it in games like this and say to yourself, if you cannot win that game, just make sure you don't lose it, especially this early in the season?
Yeah, you've got to think that. Like, I understand what he was saying, because I still felt that we should have gone for it a little bit more, like, you know. But at the end of it, if you can't win it, don't lose it. There's that saying to it and all that. But the most annoying thing about it is we're second game in and we've already dropped points here.
Third. Oh, here, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it was our downfall last season, and it will be our downfall again, because when it matters, we don't take our chances. Should be 2-0 up, and, you know, 2-0, 3-0 up, and if you get a silly, the referee wants to do that, it's there, like, you know, we let them have the opportunity to do that, like, you know, and today, like, you know, the referee, I've got to say, like, you know, like, they're all saying that he's done everything right. They're all saying that he's done, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
yeah, but listen, you know what? I came out and I watched it, and I was in disbelief when I saw it. I was like, what? He gave a second yellow for that, and it's right at the start of the half as well. I just like, that's a game ruiner, isn't it? I mean,
didn't they say that they was going to be a little bit more You know, like not so rash on things and all that. Like, you know, well, they obviously didn't tell him. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and it's always against us. I tell you, last season, Tommy Asu, like, you know, like when we was away from that guy, I know we got the, but like, you know, I didn't see anybody else get sent off for that, like, you know what I mean? And I see a player today kick a ball 15 yards away, and the referee do nothing. Not 1 yard, not an inch, 15 yards away. So why is
and
he?
did it deliberately? You could see his face.
He did it deliberately. He done it deliberately, like, you know what I mean? And like, of all their fouls and everything that they done, their 2 players got booked today for putting up imaginary yellow cards. That's what they got their bookings for. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, like, letter of the law in the first one, he went Saka, and also that one there. Like, I've seen it back of Pedro. I've seen what he's done. You're telling me, you know what I mean? What's, you know, but if you come down from space today, right, you didn't know nothing about football, and you said to me, what one was a booking, which one weren't? I know what everybody would be saying, like, you know what I mean? But but I'll just put it just differently. You're playing against the Arsenal, so no, we know what one to do, like, you know what I mean? There's too many of these keep happening, Robbie. Too many of them. Last season, the Tommy Asu one, that one there. I've seen like, you know, you can't give a booking for that, like. Could not wait. Could you see him? I don't know if you've seen him yet. He's standing there like, this is my moment to make myself the star of today, like, you know what I mean? I haven't spent my money to see that prick. I'll tell you that now, like, but I'm telling you that now, he come round the corner, like, everybody in the crowd's thinking he's going to book the player for kicking him.
That's
and
what
like,
I thought.
Everybody's thinking, and he's going, oh no, I'm going to get all this 60,000 all going here, I'm going to make it all about me today. And that's what he done. He made it all about him. Like, who are we talking about today? You know, there were some good performances out there today on football from both sides. I think give Brighton a lot of credit, they're a good footballing side. Yeah? But at the end of the day, who are we talking about?
The ref.
Exactly. So, like, you know, well done.
One last thing. Transfer window closed yesterday. Raheem Sterling, you happy with that?
Yeah, like, at the end of the day, look, as I say, like, it's better than nothing at all, like, you know. So like, you know, listen, all the Jamaicans are very happy in the fan base. I know, like, you know what I mean. All wearing the shirts and everything.
Even Yardman,
like,
you think even Yardman's going to be happy? I don't know.
I
don't know, man. He's never happy.
Yardman won the lottery last week and he's still not happy. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, it was only a tenner. But, like, you know. But no, listen, at the end of the day, look, we needed someone, we got someone in. It strengthens up our bench. We've got a massive decision now when we play Spurs. What do we do? Because, you know, the ideal thing to do is to bring Havertz back into midfield, but we can't do that because we ain't got forward. So I think you're going to have to go Jorginho and Partey. Well, that'd be good enough, hopefully. But that's the consequences of today. It's not just about this today. The consequences is also about the next game against Spurs away, like, you know. And do you know what makes it even more funnier about this football? You talk about all the millions of pounds and everything. Like, I hear someone turn around to me and go, "Well, you can't appeal against that."
No, you can't. Second yellow.
Can't appeal against it, like, you know what I mean, like, you know. So, you know, like, if this was the world, and like, you know what I mean, like, you know, it's ridiculous. You can't. Something's been wrong. Something's wrong, whether it's a yellow card or not. There should be something against. You should be allowed to appeal against it. But oh no, you can't appeal against it. You know what I mean? What is the matter with, like, you know? So his mistake and his biasness and his crap is costing us further down the line. You know, so. Listen, it's a poor day today, like, but as I say, like, you know, ref watch would be lovely, wouldn't it, on 11 o'clock?
They'll find a way to defend
Oh, they love that. The old figures will be going up, like, and I'm pretty sure that he's the old ref's wallet when he goes to Man City next week. There'll be a little check in there for him, like, you know what I mean? So there you go.
I'm honoured and pleasured to have an Arsenal legend in the building, David Seaman, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Dean, can you hear me?
No way.
It was larger than life in every way, and he was a hero, not just with the fans, but with the players as well. They all loved him.
He was that good that in training, Steve Bold and Tony Adams, that he would embarrass them and they would try and kick him to slow him down a bit, and they couldn't catch him.
The ponytail on the head.
I was born with a tash. I remember seeing an Arsenal team celebrating getting fourth. And I was like,
talk to them,
dropped
David.
quite a little way here. You know, we've done what we did. It's their time to go and create their own history.